like I was Drake, yeah.
Don't just try to tell me you love me. Can't keep it real if you really don't trust me. Come with a real, you here been a front, so you get my meals. I'm gunning for the money in the bank. Come with a dank, scrolling that tank, rolling with the gang. You sit and I on the sideline tripping. I go to the hole with the rock like Pippin.
Yeah. I'm okay.
What up, though, and welcome to the Woodward Heavyweights live
Let's go.
on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Easy. That's Boone Morax.
Boone Morax.
Filling in for the one and only Spin Morax.
That thumbnail looked great.
You look amazing in that thumbnail. It's fairly accurate, honestly.
I just had a really big head.
Yeah.
I don't have that big of
I'm
a head.
just so used to looking at. That's why they had to like make your face so big, is because like Spinny's head is actually like huge. Like everyone in the chat's always like, oh, why does he always wear the same hat? Why does he only wear the same hat?
He only has one hat in the world that fits him.
I mean, that's dead ass though.
That's crazy.
This hat is actually supposed to be Spinny's hat, but guess what?
What is that?
It's like the Mount Clemens Rockers or some shit like that.
It's like the
shout out. Probably should know. It's a local
from Jim John's Field.
No, it's a hockey team.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, my bad.
Classic Boone.
Boo. Have you guys been to the Jimmy John's
Like,
Field?
I don't hear no sound, cause like the video is not playing yet.
Today's been a long day. This is a flu game.
Flu game for the both of us.
Yeah, we're both.
You want to do an air toast with our tea here?
Some tea. I don't ever drink tea. This is like my second tea of my life.
Probably my 8th. I feel like, I don't know. We got young Chris.
Voices
on the
going.
1s and 2s as always. I'm sorry, the TD booth. We have Nicholas Koloff on the 1s and 2s.
We are back, boys.
And if you guys watched Woodward Heavyweights last year, every once in a while there used to be like this really creepy guy just come in. He brought his gun and he would just like force his way out of the show. And in true fashion, before football season starts, he's back. We have Abe, aka Honest Abe.
What up, though?
What up, man?
Yo, what's going on? So, I gotta tell you why I'm out here today.
Okay.
Besides the fact I just, really for Booner, I just like seeing Booner.
Damn,
shout out, Abe.
I felt special.
My former co-host, shout out.
We did a show together.
We did for a whole year, and then Booner bailed.
For a whole year?
Yeah.
Last year, football season.
Yeah.
And then did a whole like not 365, but a whole like
a whole football season. Yeah.
Full football season.
And then Booner got big time, hence the nickname Big Time Booner.
Big Time Booner.
But
started getting calls from his agent.
The
agent.
I did love. Oh yeah, I won't say that. Never mind. Can't say that on the air.
But
what?
Easy.
Nothing.
The reason I came out here today is because you and I had a little wager on a certain Jets Lions game last
Yes,
year.
we did.
And that game unfortunately did not go the way I was planning.
It did not.
But I am a man of my word. So I brought a couple gifts.
Do you think I got a gift?
No, you bailed.
Booner definitely did not get a gift.
You are like the most unloyal.
I'm very loyal.
Like, he's a man of his
show
word.
for a whole year.
You bailed on him.
So Easy, I want to give you a shout out, right? We had a jersey gift.
Yes.
Right? Most people, when they win something, they want it for themselves. And Easy is such a proud dad.
I am a proud father.
Proud father. He goes, "Can you get this for my son?" I was like, "Man, that's amazing." I said, "I'll get it in 6 months." And so the jersey he had requested was not available.
Oh, I don't remember what it was.
You asked me for a Malcolm Rodriguez jersey.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Rodrigo.
I couldn't find a youth. I couldn't find the youth jersey.
That's fair.
So what I did was I got you this instead.
What? Oh, please don't be golf.
I hope it's golf.
Oh no. Let me see. I'll be right back. All right. Let me see. All right. I'm excited.
A Christmas
Shout out
present.
Baby B.
You think I could fit into that?
No. Okay.
Whoa!
Hey. Respect.
Yes.
Baby B. Bryson's got a new Aiden Hutchinson jersey.
But I felt that it's been so long.
Yeah. Wait, there's more.
Wait, there's more.
Oh.
So there should be some interest, right?
Okay.
So I bought this also. Oh wait, no, sorry. That Aaron Rodgers, that's mine. That's mine. Sorry. Shout out.
I'm jealous of that, by the way.
Bro. What are we doing?
But this one,
Bro, what?
this one might work.
Whoa, are you
What a
serious?
snag. What a snag. No one saw
Are you
that
serious?
besides me.
Is it Panay Sewell? And it's my size? How'd you even know my size?
Bro, I just got the biggest one that it came to.
Look at this. Yo, this one I'm actually like, dude, this is dope.
That's
I
like
wanted one for Bryson for sure. Like, this is like one of my favorite guys. I mean, I think he's a heavyweight. I gotta represent fellow heavyweights.
Yeah. No, I respected the hell out of what you said of like, you get it for my son. I was like, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Always, man.
raised your
You're a
hand.
father. You know how it is.
I know exactly how it is.
Yeah.
Me too.
Can I
Hey.
break this moment up real quick and ask if I
Yeah,
can have
yeah.
that Rodgers jersey?
Yeah, you can try and pry it from my hands.
I'll burn it. All
You
right,
can like
you guys can go
Rodgers
back
now.
to your
He's
moment
not-
here.
Yeah. Way to just ruin that.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Dude, this is
It's awesome moment.
This is honestly amazing. I appreciate you so much.
For sure,
Like we were kind of chatting.
I hope it fits.
Oh, it's gonna fit.
It's a 4X.
If it. Hey, come on, man! Don't you gotta say it out loud, dude.
Bro,
It's
look
a
at the
medium.
name of the show. It's written everywhere.
it's
You
an
are,
X-
dude.
it's
It
an
is the
XL.
heavyweights. If
It's
you
an
want a
XL.
4X and you are called the heavyweights,
Right.
then you need to be called
It's a youth
midweights.
4X.
To be honest,
Middleweights.
it's a youth for it. There you go. It's husky size. I haven't bought a jersey in a very long time.
Really?
Yeah, it's probably. I think when I was.
But
wearing a
wait,
jersey-
there's more.
Wait, what?
Look at the number. It's autographed.
Wait,
No,
what?
I'm just mad.
Oh, okay. I was about to say,
The only Lions jersey I've ever gotten, and I still have it, and I wear it on game days. When we went 7-2 last year, I wore it every Sunday.
Yeah.
Trey Flowers.
damn.
But like I thought, it was like a thing where it was like I bought it. And
Where'd you
it was
meet?
like,
Where'd you meet Trey Flowers to get his autograph?
No, I didn't get his autograph. It was just the jersey. But I wore it on Sundays.
Where
and it
did
was
you meet
like-
Trey Flowers to get his jersey? Because they didn't sell it anywhere.
It was on
He's
discount
happy.
at one of these stores in like Sterling Heights. But I went
This
and
is
got
perfect timing too, by the way. Thank
I
you
know,
like, for
I know.
before the season. Yeah,
right
you're
before the
man.
season, Thursday.
Yeah.
Wow. Less than a week.
Listen, it's Booner. You got to tell us about a little something. We're done with
Yes.
that. I got a question for Abe.
All right, here we go, everyone. Lions pregame show. Everyone, make sure that you are turning to the Woodward Sports Lions pregame show. It returns for another Lions football season. And look at that beautiful mug. Look, I can't look like him, but I wish I could. Join Woodward Sports host Jeff Ifrady weekly with special guests on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel. Whether you're sipping the Kool-Aid, kicking off, screaming the same old Lions, you will not want to miss this show. It premieres this next Thursday. Kansas City Chiefs, September 2nd at 6 p.m. Eastern. Join us for all season long for an action-packed pregame show experience for the Woodward Sports Lions pregame show. And yours truly might be on there this Thursday. Who knows? You might see Booner's face on the Lions pregame this week.
Big time Booner.
Big time Booner.
Might see me on there with little Hollywood.
You know what's crazy? I actually did that bet with a listener too. They got
You do have that.
The hooker jersey, right?
no. I think it was I don't think we like made a.
Yeah, you did
Was it
with,
hooker?
with somebody. You did a Hendon Hooker jersey because I kind of persuaded you because it was over a golf thing.
Yeah.
It was over a golf thing.
You did.
I think it was over the extension, right? Wasn't it?
It's
over
Terrell
golf
and
gets
FL.
extension.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
Terrell FL.
So Terrell and FL, if you're listening right now, shout out to you, bro. Thank you. Bryson already has a Aiden Hudson jersey. I think we have to give him Amon St. Brown.
You need to start writing down these bets.
I do. I'm gonna put it in my notes. Terrell and FL.
Hey, who can forget the legendary $5 bets? Lions
Yes.
Eagles opening day.
Man, I'm glad I only shook like 15
Lock.
hands on that one.
You're still on me,
I just
my
got
guy.
in my feels a little bit. But speaking of the Lions, these other new Lions, I already know your answer. Just give me the shit stained smile, bro. Lions Chiefs week 1. You're a betting man. You're a gambling man. Who you
You
got?
don't want the answer.
Be honest, too. You don't
All right. I know your answer. So how about this? Give me the breakdown of how you think it's gonna go.
play by play.
Play by play. So opening kickoff, Butker's going to put it out back of the end zone, right? No, look.
For
The
3 points.
Lions are a good team. They're definitely a very improved team.
Very
There's
improved.
Very nice
focusing
improvement.
You're focusing.
Look, the Chiefs are the Super Bowl champs, bro.
I know.
Patrick Mahomes is still Patrick Mahomes.
I know.
You can get whoever you want. Nobody's stopping Travis Kelce. They showed
Everything's
last
gonna
year.
be
You don't need
fine.
Tyreek Hill. You give me a bunch of scrubs and Travis Kelce and a beast O-line, and you have all offseason to prepare.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like your regular Thursday night game where it's you only got 3 days to like it's the
Everyone's
first game of
all
the season.
banged up.
And if you think I know the Lions and Lions fans are all pumped up for opening day, you don't think the Chiefs, those players, those fans are pumped to be raising the banner on opening night?
No,
a little
it's
distraction,
the
though,
loudest
right?
stadium in the league.
Yeah, it's definitely a distraction. Yeah, they don't want to go back to back for sure.
No, they do, but like it's a different Chiefs team. Like you still have your core of Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce.
Who'd they lose?
The top 2 or 3 players on defense. They've lost every wide receiver. They have a whole new wide
They don't
Frank
receiver.
Reich,
have
Chris
wide
Jones.
receivers.
Like-
They didn't have wide receivers last year.
Yeah, but they
either.
lost the ones that did play last year.
Who,
I
McCole Hardman?
can't
Juju
use the
Smith,
wide receiver argument
McCole
only
Hardman.
because
That's 1-2 right there.
You don't need anybody. Those are just guys.
Clyde isn't Clyde like he was
Listen, Justin
before.
Ross is gonna be a name that you're gonna want to know, especially for fantasy. Justin Ross I believe outside of Travis Kelce is going to be the number 2 target for the Kansas City
You
Chiefs
think
this year.
over like Sky Moore or Kadarius Toney?
Yep. Oh, Tony's going to play 4 games. That dude can't stay healthy.
Yeah, I know.
And
Good-
Sky Moore,
You're a biased New Yorker.
Sky Moore's a guy, bro.
Yeah.
Sky Moore's a guy. Justin Ross was an absolute stud with Clemson. Would have been a first-round wide receiver pick, but had that injury. So he's coming back after a year not playing, or 2 years of not playing. Dude, Justin Ross, I think put him down for a touchdown. You want that bet, Booner, for opening night? Give me a Justin Ross touchdown.
Justin, all right, lock it
Justin
in.
Ross touchdown.
If
Jersey bet,
Jersey
boys?
bet, let's go, boys. Give me one. Not a Jared Goff one.
Booner's
please.
going to get the stuff from China.
That's fair. Hey, I would rock it. It's better than Trey Flowers.
Yo, thank you. Dude, you're
Hey,
the man.
Ali,
Thank you
he's
for
gonna
that.
AliExpress that jersey. Shout out.
It's going to be a 4X, but it fits like this.
Do you guys remember AliExpress? Did any of you ever do that?
Fun fact, I started a drop shipping company like 2 months or a month or so ago in July. And not going to lie, it fucked.
Really?
It fucked. That's my 3rd try, though. I've had 2 strikes. That would have been my strikeout. I probably would have given up at that point. But
By the end of the show, can I try your jersey on?
no.
I want to see how big it is on me.
Dude, you're sick as a dog. What's
Yeah,
wrong with
dude,
you?
what-
so
I
was,
don't-
he got me sick.
Yeah, I think I have sinuses, though. You might have like a real sickness.
No, we're the same here.
I don't want to get that
Big time
cousinism
Booner
on
with the
me.
VID.
Yeah,
What's
dude.
that?
It's just contagious.
What's VID?
VID?
Yeah.
We're not saying it. We're not going to demonetize this stream, but you know
Yeah,
exactly what it
fair
means.
enough. I
Come
don't,
on
I don't
now.
know what it is.
Come
You'll
on
know
now.
when you grow up.
Hey, man. I appreciate you. Thank you. This is Bryson's first jersey, by the way, too.
glad.
You're the fucking man. I should have you sign it. I'm going to have you sign it next time you're here.
That's cool. Yeah.
All right, deal.
Can I?
Can you sign my... No. How would I
No,
have
it's
you
all right.
sign-
I'll sign it. Big time Booner.
Yeah. Let's
no.
go.
Booner's out of this one. I appreciate you, man.
Dang.
You're a fucking man. Actually, okay, you don't have headphones, so I can't even do this one. All right, we'll do this, and then we'll jump into the commercial break and start the show. Did you guys see Andre Drummond?
Yeah.
Did you have this one, Chris?
That one I should have had, but I don't see it. I don't see it in here.
That's
They,
all right.
they
It's,
did play it on the morning show. I don't know if they... Is it the rebounding
So
one?
I don't have the video, but Oh, you know what? Chris? I don't think I even sent it, Chris. So it's not.
Is it the rebounding?
Not even that.
Or him saying he's a Hall of Famer?
Hall of
Yeah,
Fame.
it's in the Morningwood Slack, if you have that on there.
Hall of
Okay.
Fame.
Bro,
Which is crazy.
Andre
Don't worry
Drummond,
about it.
star
You're
of
fine. We don't
Blippi.
need it. We got 2 minutes till break. What do you say?
Andre Drummond, star of the hit show Blippi.
Is he really?
Oh yeah, he was on a Blippi episode.
No
if you got
way.
little kids, you
Yeah, I know what
so.
Blippi is. Yeah.
He dated the
Blippi!
iCarly girl.
Yeah, that got
Wait,
real weird.
what the hell? Why was he on Blippi?
Cause Blippi's a sports guy.
Wow.
Wouldn't it?
Yeah,
is it
yeah.
I would
Andre
never
Drummond
have taken
on a
Blippi as a
whole
sports
episode.
guy.
I would never have taken Andre Drummond as a Blippi guy.
That's fair.
Although anything to get some little FaceTime, right?
Yeah, he loves him some. Hey, he's a Leo. Same exact birthday. Me and Andre Drummond, August 10th,
Sorry to hear that.
1993.
The greatest rebounder in
Yeah, it's the greatest
NBA
rebounder
history.
of all time.
Yeah.
Chris, before we go to breaks, weigh in on this one.
What do you want me to say about Andre Drummond? Like,
I mean,
do you want me to say something nice, or you want me to say something
Say
truthful?
something nice. I
Hold
want
on,
to hear
you're
something
going to
nice.
be mean and disrespectful to Andre Drummond, but you love Blake Griffin.
Yes,
I
exactly.
can't stand
Because
you.
of that exact game. Easy.
Can't stand you.
Can you just like not close your mind for 30 seconds when I talk about that game?
I'll let you go. We got
Open
30
it
seconds.
up.
Okay. That game 3, the Pistons' first playoff game in Detroit. Me and my boy went, and Blake Griffin has that leg
Friend,
brace.
boyfriend.
No, my friend.
Sorry.
Wisconsin.
Keep going.
No. He was who I went to visit in Wisconsin. Shout out Ben.
Oh,
but,
no. Plot gets thicker.
Shout out Menards too. That's the way it works.
Think it's plotter.
We go there. We go to the game, and Blake Griffin is playing in this leg brace, diving for loose balls. But I knew the game was a loss the first play of the game because Andre Drummond loses the tip off to Brook Lopez, who he's way more athletic than, can jump way higher than, and puts his head down like this and sulks. And Brook Lopez runs down the floor and gets a wide open dunk.
So you hate Andre
It's
Drummond
effort.
because he
It's
lost the
effort.
tip off?
No,
It was
it's
always effort.
It was always effort. Every 4 games, 6 games, Andre Drummond tried. The
Well,
other
listen.
5, he didn't.
All right,
and that's why
he's
that's what was impressive about him. He was an amazing rebounder, but he barely ever tried. That was my thing with him, was always just effort. You could never count on him for a big moment. He was never going to be better than the 4th or 5th player on a championship team because he's not consistent. He doesn't bring the effort and energy. Kevin Durant said it himself, Andre Drummond could be the strongest man in the league if he wanted to be, but he's not.
Well, listen, we have to go to break. Booner's going to tell us about, is it Big Boy?
No, JB's going to talk about that one.
Okay.
Burgers and chicken sandwiches are taking over at Big Boy.
Looking pretty pale, JB.
It's burger time. Try the best cheeseburgers on our new pretzel bacon cheeseburger.
That looks good.
Craving chicken? Try the Dolly chicken sandwich or turn up the heat with Bob's hot chicken sandwich. Upgrade your regular fries with our chili cheese loaded baked potato fries. Save room for dessert because we have a treat for you. Indulge in our Reese's chocolate peanut butter, Thunder Cake, or satisfy your sweet tooth with our funnel cake fries.
Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have DMAC on your landscaping crew.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports Crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. To join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown, Detroit Lions!
With money on the line. Featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
Do you have football on the brain? Fall ushers in college and professional football, and this year is going to be awesome. Fall is also the perfect time to shop your home and auto insurance. Shop it like a pro with Swiss Insurance. They cover Woodward Sports and they cover you too. Ask for Mark at Swiss Insurance at SwissINS.com or call Mark personally at 248-800-4177. What up, though? Bonjour. Leave it dirty.
What up, though? Football.
Big show. Yeah, football. Football.
Wild freak.
Let's go.
I'm Easy. That's Booner. We got young Chris on the TD booth. Nicholas Koloff on the 1s and 2s. That weird, strange guy who bought stuff for my son. Abe, not playing. Shout out to Abe. That's a legendary. Thank you for that, by the way. Hit the like button if you haven't already. 5-star review on our podcast platforms. WoodSports.com, the #1 source for all your Detroit news, Detroit sports news specifically. Moving on to the show. Did you want to go ahead for the big
No,
thing?
we'll move on from that.
We'll move on for it?
Yeah. I mean,
I don't understand how that's...
There's just disrespect for Andre Drummond, a man that played 8 years and was best rebounder in the league. They're
and
like,
tried for 50 of those 8 years.
Let's
50
draft
games
a
those 8
big
years.
guy in a time where
I'm not
guards
saying,
dominate the league, and let's
listen.
say let's go be Shaq
Let me
in the
say
late
this.
2000s.
I know for a fact that the Pistons built around him poorly. That is not my problem with Andre Drummond. I totally
He didn't
understand
try.
that.
Eventually, after 5 years, though, you're going to be like, "What am I supposed to do? I did everything for 5 years. Either trade
But he
me
didn't try
or give
for the
me
first
something."
5 years. He
What do you-
tried.
Yes, he did.
He tried when his contract mattered, and that was it. And then he got up for every 6th game. Stan Van Gundy said it. Every single coach that ever coached Andre Drummond consistently talked about effort. Every NBA player that ever played with Andre Drummond or played against Andre Drummond talked consistently about his effort. They all say the same things. He was naturally one of the most talented rebounders the game has ever seen, maybe the most talented. I will never take that away from Drummond, but the effort was never consistent. The effort was just never consistent. That was my problem. I want my star player to bring it every game.
But that's the thing. That the key word there is star. Like, he's just not a star. He should have never been your star player, and you're putting a guy who's not. It's like being like, let's take Jake. Like, I don't know. Like, what's a random quarterback? Like, Gardner Minshew, and he's your star player for 6 years, and you just continue to refuse to move on from him. Like, let's just Jared Goff, good one. But you know what I mean? Like, you're just like, let's just take a guy who just isn't that, and let's just keep letting him be the star.
What it was is he had every bit of potential to be one. He did. That's what he kind of based on.
But as soon as you know he's not, that's when you're like, okay, let's move on, or let's
and
get someone
he's not
around
a
him.
star because he didn't try.
You don't have to necessarily move on, though. You can still build. Get a real star, to put on the court alongside.
And that was the theory of Blake. One of the first podcasts I listened to was the reason the Pistons trade for Blake was so that an alpha or a made man can turn Andre Drummond into an alpha or made man. That was one of the thinkings. It wasn't just Stan Van Gundy was desperate and knew his job was on the line. That was also true. But he was the thinking was Blake Griffin is a made man, and he can make Andre Drummond into a made man, and it still didn't work.
Some Sopranos. Shout out Paul Thomas. How was Andre Drummond different than anyone else from this generation? That is people just don't try sometimes nowadays.
It's fair. I feel like the older generation's a bit more dogs.
Until you get to the playoffs.
I don't know who like
Dame is in the same draft.
Yeah.
You're not going to tell me Dame doesn't try.
Same draft class as Drummond?
Yes.
Wow, that's crazy.
It is.
Well, I was going to say something about Andre Drummond. I don't remember now. Oh, guilty confession. And I seen this floating around on Twitter. I've said this on the show before, too. Because we saw the runs with Dre and Cade.
Yeah.
Listen, you asked to put a star around him. If there's a way he's going to be utilized properly, it would be with a Cade Cunningham. Yeah. I understand that we have Jalen Duren, and that's the whole thing we're going to run with now. But you can't tell me Dre wouldn't be a nice fit on this team right now.
That's for sure. Center. Yeah, he would be like your third center for sure.
He's perfect. Like that's the thing too is the one thing I hated about Andre Drummond. And by the way, I knew he's going to be soft. I don't know if you guys remember this. The moment that Russell Westbrook put a poster on him and then shoved the ball into his chest, and Dre did nothing. Saying similar sort of Chris.
Exactly.
Hang his head down low. But it's Russell's 6'3", bro. You're 6'11", 278 pounds. You have hair on your shoulders. You were a man amongst men. Yeah, you have a beard on your shoulders, son. You were. I don't know.
19.
Now that beard is weird.
Yeah, he was 19 with a fucking shoulder beard. It was insane. But we knew what Dre was. But right now, it would be a good fit.
Yeah.
Right. Now that he's been humbled.
Duren is going to be everything that we wanted Andre Drummond to be. A winner.
Well, can I be honest? I mean, that's fair. I don't disagree with that.
Let's be honest.
But Drummond Price, he's not wrong with him being one of the best rebounders.
No, I said that. I said that too. I don't know if you heard me in that part, but I will always say he was naturally amazingly talented. It's just the effort, and that was the difference. He could have been one of the biggest or the best big men in the league. He could have been.
That's fair, and you can't argue that.
Yeah. Do you think Duren would be as good of a rebounder as Drummond was, or can be?
I don't know.
Isn't that crazy to say? It's weird to say. It's weird. You guys show him some respect.
I find him as somebody that he's when you compare him to Pistons centers, you look at him, he's going to be more offensively talented, I think, than Drummond and Ben Wallace, but he's not going to be the defender Ben Wallace is or the rebounder Andre Drummond is. But he's somewhere in that mixing pot of he could end up being a top 10 center, which I know we have that as a potential segment at some point. But
did you put in the stuff?
Yeah, I did.
Let's do it now.
You want to just
do it now? This is the perfect time to do it now. Speaking of Jalen Duren, Bleacher Report came out with a top 10 NBA centers under the age of 25.
Yes.
Jalen Duren was left off that list.
And here's the list.
So we have Victor Wembanyama, which do you guys think he's gonna play a 5 or a 4? I feel like if you're stretched the floor,
he's a 5.
He's a 5. Yeah, I guess.
Zion.
They have Zion as a center.
Yeah.
You could even take Chet out of it.
Yeah, I would take. Yeah, I can see Chet playing center.
These are
these are all these are
LeBron forwards.
Dude, these are all borderline 4s.
Jaren Jackson's not a 5. Jabari Smith's not a 5.
Well, they say bigs, not center, so I guess they're including power forwards.
That's fair.
But still.
All right. Well, then I guess by this definition of big, then I'm actually not mad at it.
Jalen Duren's better than Nick Claxton.
Actually, I don't know. What about number 9?
Am I crazy for that?
No, Nick Claxton's pretty good. Right now,
he's decent. He's a good center. But
in the right now, Nick Claxton's. I think Jalen Duren can match that this year, or maybe be better than that. But right now, I think Nick Claxton's probably showed you a little bit.
Yeah.
Per 36 minutes, I don't know about that.
Why? What you got on that?
I'm just saying, I know Duren's numbers are through the roof per 36. He's putting up great numbers. But on that list, number 9, Okongwu, too. No way he's better than Duren. I don't know.
Onyeka Okongwu. People say I can't read or write. Onyeka Okongwu. That's how
Go off,
Chris. That's not. You play 2K. You've heard that name mentioned a million times.
I listen to a bunch of NBA podcasts, so for sure.
I have no clue how to say that name. I'm not gonna lie.
Onyeka Okongwu.
Per 36. All right, you pull up Duren's per 36. I'll pull up Claxton's per 36. But Chris, you're the basketball guy. You've been waiting. This has been the prep sheet for the whole week, actually. Weighing on this one.
Look, let him cook. Jalen Duren, like you said, if you're going off of right now, for sure. But are you taking Jalen Duren over half the guys on this list? No, you're not. Jalen Duren is an absolutely one of the highest ceiling bigs in the NBA. And again, it's because the defensive potential, the rebounding potential is all there. He should be one of the best rebounders in the league. I don't know if he's going to be as high of a defensive prospect as everybody thinks, but he's extremely talented. He's shown ability to pass and play make on offense, as well as finish at the rim at an elite level. So he has all the capabilities. Monty Williams himself said Jalen Duren could be a top 10 player in the NBA. Now, I personally disagree with that. I think that's way too high of a ceiling, because top 10 player in the NBA, you're talking Dwight Howard. You're talking he would have to be literally Dwight Howard, which is everything they wanted Andre Drummond to be. And I don't think he's going to be quite that, but he could be. Yeah. He could definitely be in the class of Bam. Like he could be like a top 40 player, like a very good center, a number 2 or a 3 on a championship team. I can absolutely see that if he buys into the if he buys into the defensive and rim running, jobs and responsibilities of a center. He can absolutely be one of the best centers in the NBA.
I still like the Dwight Howard comp, but just like a little less. Like you take like 2 steps down. You know what I'm saying? From a Dwight.
When people are like, "Oh, he's going to be like a Dwight Howard," like Dwight Howard was on a different level.
Yeah.
Like maybe Dwight Howard, as he was coming off of that,
yeah,
and like kind of on the downslope, maybe like you said, a couple levels down. But like the player comp, the way he plays, yes. Yeah. But will he do like put the numbers up? There's no way. Especially when you have like Cade around you, you have different people around you that you can.
Yeah.
There's
I don't think he has
his
like defensive prowess to Dwight Howard too. Like Dwight Howard, like he lived for blocking that ball.
That's true.
It was Dwight Howard was one of my favorite players to watch at some point. Honestly, like despite all like the weird shit that went on with his personal off the court situations that you heard about, true or not, I don't care. He was an amazing center. And I think even
what did he have?
We're not gonna get into it.
I have no clue.
It's some Wisconsin stuff. Oh, okay. Allegedly. He's got like 17 baby mamas too.
Like actual.
Him and Chris
Wisconsin.
were friends?
No. Like we make the Wisconsin jokes. For me, it was actual Wisconsin for Mr. Dwight.
I mean, there's videos of him putting his hands on his boy's knees and whatever. Nonetheless, though, I've got even like on his way out the league, it was average still like top 3 in like boards and blocks. Like I get these in China now, but I also don't get why he was still productive up until he left. Is it the immaturity?
He won
I
a
don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Well, LeBron and AD, but you're not wrong.
Yeah, I mean when you're on those teams, you're doing something.
So because you pulled up the numbers, Nick, given the classification of just bigs over like centers, is it still correct? I guess this list, if we're going with bigs over centers.
I trust Duren to be a top 10 center through and through. That's where my heart lies. I've seen him live. He's an absolute beast. I have season tickets to the Pistons. This guy's going to be a problem this year and for the future to come. He was the youngest player in the league last year, and he's going to absolutely dominate. I do not have the numbers, but that's how I feel, and it's going to happen, no doubt. I think Chris agrees with me on that one.
Yes, sir.
All right, and if you want to bet Jalen Duren Defensive Player of the Year, which we will not be betting here, personally, there's one man at Woodward here to go to when you need your lock on college game
Who
day.
Is that?
If you should take the under for the Bears on Sunday, which we will take a lot of unders for the Bears, or if you just need to know how many glizzies that Joey Chestnut is going to house this year, that man is Booner. That is me, Booner. Woodward Bets, we are back finally. Have no fear, I am locking in all football season long, Saturdays, Sundays, all of that. We are going to lock in and try and bring some winners. Last night, I may or may not. I went 3-0 in college football. So we're going to start Woodward Bets starting tomorrow, actually at 10:45. Make sure you all tune in for the college football slate every single Saturday at 10:45 and Sundays at 11:45. Woodward Bets.
Check it out.
Check it out.
Rip.
Now let's. So to close this quickly.
Yeah.
Like, do you think Jalen Duren is a top 10 center in the next few years? Like, put him in the class of Robert Williams is kind of like on the edge of being a top 10 center.
Yes.
I think that's a very fair comp for what his floor is. Okay. And I think his ceiling is, again, you're talking Bam or even potentially higher than Bam. Would anybody agree or disagree?
No, I think that's fair.
What read am I doing?
I agree, and I think he's going to look fresh. Come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience. Register to win a trip of your dreams, an all-expenses paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tourney. That's right, no expense spared. No expense spared for you and 5 of your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircut for Men. Open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
Get cut like Drummond.
Winners, losers. teasers, pushes, and draws, over-unders, prop bets, futures, and spreads. Are you sick and tired of your picks being losers? Do you want to learn how to bet like a champion? Well, Woodward Sports searched the globe for the most dangerous man with a bet slip in his hand and gave him a show. Coming soon to Woodward Sports. Tune in every weekend as we introduce the greatest gambler to ever walk the earth.
Hi, I'm Booner, and I don't lose.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Downtown's newest sports bar has 13 TrackMan simulators, certified instructors, and most importantly, a full bar and restaurant. 5 Iron Leagues are back, debuting September 11th. Never forget. Compete nationwide for a chance to win a trip to the Dominican Republic. Bring a foursome or sign up as an individual to be placed on a team at 5irongolf.com. Use code Woodward10 for 30% off the league. That's 5irongolf.com.
5 Iron.
What up, though? Welcome back to Woodward Heavyweights Live, Woodwardsports.com. I'm Easy, Spin More Racks, Young Chris, Nicholas Koloff. You're killing today, Nick. I'm proud of you. Proud of you.
Thank you, sir. Got to get ready for tomorrow. Big college football game and a college football show, and live stream state tonight after the show.
Yes, sir. We got Abe in the building. Just blessed Bryson with his first ever jersey. Aiden Hutchinson. Shout out to Honest Abe. Are you podcasting still?
Hell yeah.
Well, just give it a shot real quick while you're here.
DFS Uncensored, part of the Undroppables Network. Go to theundroppables.com. All your fantasy football needs. I mean, I know here it's all Detroit sports and that's all cool, but everybody plays fantasy football. And so that's what I do and focus on. Fantasy football, theundroppables.com. Just the absolute best site for articles, podcasts, videos, everything you need for fantasy football. That's how we all win.
Football.
Speaking of football.
Oh, good segue.
It's time to jump into football. Shout out to Chris. I'm glad we got your basketball out the way.
Thank you for entertaining the peasants like me.
You
with
know,
basketball.
no problem, man. No problem.
I'm happy.
I mean, that man's gonna be happy for 2 weeks.
I'm so geeked.
The best source for Detroit sports news is here at woodwardsports.com, and that's why we're talking about Brad Holmes at the press conference today. As fans, as members of the Woodward Sports Network, we've been walking around with our chest puffed out a little bit, talking that shit, and I think it's deservedly so. I think Brad Holmes has been realistic with the rebuild of this team. At times, he said, "We're not ready to be talking that yet. We're focused on getting better." And then the final press conference of the year, he said, expectations may change. And then in the press conference today, Chris, do you have the video?
Yes, sir.
He had this to say about the Lions winning the NFC North.
How high is your level of confidence that you guys can win the division title with the roster you guys have put this year?
Very high. I do think that we've, let's call it, took our medicine in the past couple of years. Me and Dan talk about it all the time. We've coached the Senior Bowl. We've, had to do hard knocks. We've done all that. We've gone through a lot of darkness to get to this point. But that's where the grit comes in place in terms of just not really wavering and put your head down or get discouraged.
He said enough. He took the medicine. The only reason why this resonated with me, obviously one I'll just go off the rip. Usually GMs, I feel like they're more like professional with it. They don't really they may say, yeah, we want to win or we expect to win. We're looking to build. Like straight up, point blank was yeah, we expect to win the NFC North.
Yeah.
What was your take from that?
I mean, there was a few things with that because my whole lifetime there's never been a time as a Lions fan. I think everyone in the room here, I don't know how old Easy actually is, but I've never gone into a season with the expectations of a GM or the coach or the quarterback going in and doing press conferences and looking the people in the eyes and saying, we can win the NFC North and we will. Like you just have never seen that at all. And that's kind of going into this season, especially into like week 1. You're about to play Kansas City. The confidence in the locker room. Just think about the confidence. Like you know that you can go win the NFC North. Going into a game like Kansas City, your confidence is on another level. You have guys in that room, and Ray Agnew said it too as well. Is that these guys, like, as much as like the hype has been and all these different things have been, they didn't make the playoffs last year. They didn't win a playoff game. They didn't win anything last year. They just won a couple games. So all of these guys, Aiden Hutchinson, Jared Goff, all these dudes, they're still looking to kind of go to the playoffs, take this team to the playoffs, win the North. The only person on this team that's really done something in the last year is C.J. Gardner-Johnson, and he went to the Super Bowl, and he's the perfect guy to be able to have that because he's able to go teach these. He's that heart of the secondary, and he's going to teach that whole defense what it means to kind of get to that level. So these guys are all still hungry. They, like Dan said, no matter what happens, we're still all going to have, and I might be going ahead, I don't know if we have a Dan Campbell, but in his press conference he said, we all still have grit. We're all still going to attack every single day. Like we're still 0-6, 1-6, 0-12, whatever it is. Every single day we're going to attack like that. And that's what every single one of these guys' mindset is. That's what pumps me up about this. It's not that they say, oh, we're going to win the NFC North. It's no, like they have the same mindset as week 7 last year when they were 1-6. Because that's why they ended up going 8-2 at the end of the year.
I look at it as this too. Brad Holmes is the general manager. Yeah, probably all general managers are calculated human beings. That's why you pick them to do these high, stressful decisions when it comes to re-signing players or possibly moving on from them. And I think you could point to the calculated measurements of Brad Holmes when he traded DeAndre Swift before a contract year, traded away T.J. Hockenson before a contract year. He's a smart guy. He's very calculated. Smart. Now, as a calculated human being, you have to think before you say things like that, because those things, especially with a microphone in front of you and a video too, like you get clipped, become a meme, and you get the guarantee from Rasheed Wallace. That's like known to this day when he made the guarantee on winning that game. You get the other situation. I think it was Scheffler. Terry Foster always talks about all the time. Is like, hey, media, you kissed my ass. We're going to the playoffs this year. And then he's constantly reminded how they didn't make the playoffs. You get LeBron. Not 1, not 2, not 3. Like when you make these bold claims of statements of like success, you have to live with that for forever almost. It's going to resonate to like it's going to be tied to that story in that season as long as it goes. Brad Holmes, again, is calculated. So when he says this true belief that it's going to happen, he actually believes that the team's going to win the NFC North. And Booner, you got to tell us about something else.
All right, let me tell you real quick about.
Sorry, Chris has put the hand up.
I almost said Broder and Booner. But Broder and Booner, the new show here at Woodward Sports, with me, myself. Look at that beautiful face right there, and Matthew Broder.
Get it over with.
Have you been waiting for the perfect pair with your nightcap? Well, wait no longer. Woodward Sports is bringing to you the newest show on the network, Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. We found 2 of Detroit's newest up-and-coming sports personality, myself included, and we are going to give myself a voice weekdays from 8 to 10 p.m. premiering on Tuesday, September 5th. Everyone watching this right now should be tuned in on Tuesday at 8 o'clock. Join me and Broder every single night to hear some Detroit some of the Detroit's hottest takes. I haven't read this yet. This is new for me. But no, tune in Tuesday, 8 o'clock. Make sure you tune in. Me, Nick, who's in the sound booth now.
Get it over
we have
with.
A squad. Let's go. Woodward
Let's go.
Nights.
All right. Anyway.
You just want to talk Brad Holmes. I wanted to talk Booner and Broder real quick.
Oh, you're good, man. You just got to get them quicker. We got yelled at for this week.
Yeah.
That's a goal for the heavies this week. But, I mean, the whole point is Brad Holmes, calculated guy, to make that kind of statement, he believes in it truly happening, and that makes me believe in it further. Not that I didn't before. Nicholas Koloff.
This is the first time in my lifetime that you've seen it from the top down. And if the GM that drafted these players, he's giving them the confidence. And you hear Dan Campbell speak. He's giving the players all the confidence in the world. I know we finished 8-2 last year, but God, these players can taste it from the top down. It's beautiful to see. Brad has put in the work to draft these guys. They're his guys, and I'm really excited to see this huge year for the Lions.
And his confidence, like, you have to, if you're going to win if you're going to go win a Super Bowl and win a championship, you have to have that confidence. Like, you can't just expect to just go in and be like, oh, yeah, we might win the North. Like, we might. No, like, he's the top guy. He's the top dog. Him and then Sheila above him, right? Like, he has to have the confidence to where if they're watching that interview right there, they're like, that whole team is pumped up. But they know when they talk to Dan and they're in the locker room, Dan's going to tell them, hey, let's take a step back. Let's get down to earth here, and let's just focus on the next game. Dan said it in his press conference perfectly. He was like, the only game we're worried about is the next game ahead of us. We don't care about anything else. We're just so focused on the Kansas City Chiefs right now. Brad, though, like every single player on that team should be saying they can win the Super Bowl this year. And I don't care if they say it in media. I don't care where they say it. They should all go with that confidence. Like, I bet you right now, if I called C.J. Gardner-Johnson, which I don't have his number, but if I had his number and I called him, I was like, hey, are you guys gonna win a Super Bowl this year? He would be like, hell yeah, we are. Like, I expect Brad Holmes to sit up there and go, we're gonna win the NFC North this year. I wish he would have said we were gonna win the Super Bowl.
You know, the young players.
I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm just like the confidence. Like, we're doing Woodward Nights with Broder and Booner. I want to be the number one on the. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have that confidence. That's what he has, and I love it because we've never seen that in Detroit. Never.
I mean, that's fair as in terms of Detroit Lions go. In terms
Sorry
of like,
for the rant.
No, you're good. That's fire. That's what we get paid to do, right? Well, I was gonna say Brad Holmes being like a leadership. The way you pointed out too is like you also got these young guys looking up to him who he literally gave the chance to play in the NFL. Like Amon St. Brown, that's a guy. You know, Brad Holmes, the guy to believe in him to draft him. Jerry Jacobs, the rest of the UDFA's. Like it makes it a tangible goal. But while we do have him here, just get your little 2 cents in. We'll get out of here.
When you go into every season, the most important, the focus is play meaningful games in December, right? That's all you can ask for, right? If you're playing meaningful games in December, you have yourself a shot. Whether that means fighting for a playoff spot, fighting for a division, fighting for the number 1 seed. Have those games in December be meaningful. And in order to do so, you have to do it on a game-by-game basis. Yeah, it's cool to have these are our long-term goals, but you also have to realize on a week-to-week basis, we need to win week 1.
Yeah.
I don't think they will, but
jeez, come on.
But be competitive, right? There's a big listen. Even if you don't win week 1, there's a big difference in losing a game 45-17 and losing a game 35-28. Like there's a huge difference. Being just like you want to be competitive in December, getting to December, be competitive in every game. Go to the Chiefs and be like, hey, we're here. We might not win this game. There's a good chance you're not going to win this game, but at least show like, hey, we're legitimate.
Yeah, we're
a legitimate team. That's all you can really ask for.
You have to show the NFL. And Dan said in his press conference today was, a reporter asked him something like, hey, like, I don't know, what are your, like, you started 1-6 last year, like, what's your guys' plan this, like, I don't know if it was a dumb question, but it was just like, yeah, obviously we don't want to start 1-6. But he was like, I really don't care about that. I care about the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
And you know what? I've been doing Fairway Pack and Go.
Yep.
Let me tell you where the best place to get the best steaks at.
I love steaks.
Probably where Dan Campbell goes, for sure. Because for over 60 years, Fairway Pack & Co. has provided Michigan's finest restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef, Wagyu beef, and dry-aged beef. Experience the Fairway difference for yourself today. Visit Steak Shop in Grosse Pointe Woods for grab-and-go steaks or online at fairwaypackandcompany.com.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and registered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com and register for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
By now you know me, Christina Gennari, as the obvious choice in real estate. And you know my website, soldchristina.com, as your #1 resource for buying or selling your home. Myself, along with my amazing staff, pride ourselves on making your home buying and selling experience a relaxing and easy one. Come see why we are the obvious choice. Christina Gennari at soldchristina.com, the obvious choice in real estate.
Okay. How would you like to win a $100,000 cash trip to Vegas with your boys? Take it and live it up in the city that never sleeps. It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. You can purchase a 24-pack today and enter for your chance to win. Register at drinkcintron.com/Vegas. It's Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste for the desire of people that look good, feel good, and want to be the best versions of themselves. You can find more information at drinkcintron.com/Vegas.
What up, though? Welcome back to the World Heavyweights live on WoodwardSports.com. I'm Easy. That's Boomer Rex. Young Master Bacon.
Chasing Bacon over
there. Nicholas Koloff in the 1s and 2s. Nick, I'm proud of your rookie debut. I think you've been killing it.
I appreciate it, fellas. I'm really looking forward to the weekend and getting the ball rolling with Booner and Broder on Woodward nights and Jalen in the TD booth, 8 to 10 p.m. weeknights. Check it out.
Yes, check it out.
Shout out my street cred.
Welcome back to WoodwardSports.com. Hit the like button, be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream. 5-star review in all podcast platforms. And just know Woodward Sports is the best place for all Detroit sports news and media. Booner, you disrespected me last week.
What did I do?
Or maybe it was earlier this week. Was the golf outing this week?
It was Monday.
Yeah, you disrespected me.
Yeah, I had a nice conversation with Jalen Rose. No big deal.
No big deal. Hey, I got drunk with Jalen Rose, courtside.
Fair
Shout
enough.
Chad Johnson, lady.
Shout out Jalen Rose too.
Shout out Jalen Rose.
Great dude.
I have a source. It's been reliable to me. Well, this is one source. I have multiple sources.
I did not disrespect you.
You're gonna shut your mouth and
I'm a man of the people.
Because you disrespected
I'm a
me.
man of the chat.
You're gonna shut your mouth and listen.
All right, I'll listen, but I'm a man of the people. Chat, know that I'm here for you. Not easy.
What does that have to do with anything?
Because that's why I was disrespecting you. I was asking you who your source was because the chat was wondering
That's
who
not
was your
how.
source.
That's not how it works, Booner.
You can at least tell me so I can tell the chat like he's got a reliable source.
It's not your. It's my source, not yours.
I wanted the people.
I want to be the one with the goods.
I don't want the source. I want to know.
You just said you wanted the source.
I'm not gonna reach out to the source. I'm gonna tell the chat, hey, his source is reliable. I confirmed it.
That's why you disrespect me.
I'm a man of the people.
Booner.
Shout out to
That's why
chat.
you disrespect me. You should just know I'm Gucci. There's a reason I knew that DeAndre Swift trade was going down. There's a reason I knew the Jeff Okudah trade was going down.
That's fair.
Okay.
I've asked you multiple times for your source. I don't know, like if you're just really smart at football and you just know what's about to happen.
That's true too.
I don't know, but if you're gonna say you have a source, I was like, the people in the chat were all like, "Who's the source?"
Stop.
Broder had a source. I talked to Broder in the back. Shout out Booner and Broder show 8 to 10, and he showed me his source, and I was like,
"Oh, hey,
let's go."
Source, hey.
Next thing you know, the guys got a great partnership going. Have a show going and everything. Nonetheless,
you want to be a star, kid. I
heard some crazy stuff from local Detroit content creators, and I was like, I don't necessarily believe that. And it was Mike Evans to the Detroit Lions. Not as like a signed, sealed, delivered, but conversations were being had. I think certain people had pressed the gas pedal on it and put it into like actual talks and conversations where really it's kind of just a call. And that's what my source confirmed. Hey, it's just a call. The source actually said Detroit Lions fans are annoying because they take that little
nugget
tidbit of information. Yeah, they put him on the team already.
Yeah,
they get him a jersey and everything. But the Mike Evans stuff died down that week because obviously it didn't happen. And it was confirmed like it was just a conversation. However, sparking back up, we have one thing I think we have there, Chris. I don't know if I sent it or not, but
we have
Mike
a tweet
Evans
and a video.
Okay, let's do the tweet first. Because apparently, if you guys don't know, Tampa Bay Buccaneers are up against it when it comes to salary cap. They're paying still Tom Brady from last year. They got Mike Evans' big contract. They just re-signed Chris Godwin. They got a whole situation to deal with over there. But the deadline has been met for receiver Mike Evans' agent. In a statement, they will cut off contract negotiations if sides don't reach an agreement by next Saturday, one day before Tampa's season kicks off. That's this weekend. Next weekend. Following that, the rumors are starting to pick up. And former Tampa Bay Buccaneer himself, Keith Talib, had this to say on the Up and Adams show.
Yes, it did. Hold up. Sorry, I gotta find it.
No, you're good.
There we go.
Mr. 1,000 yards, we want him to go to a contender, chase another ring.
Gotta be a contender.
Where should he go if you were him?
If I was Mike, I'd go to a nice, low-key team who can afford me. Most of all, I don't have to do no money, nothing. I can make my money,
yeah,
and I can go contend and they got a quarterback who could throw, who can throw pretty accurate, who can catch away, I go to Detroit. I hit a phone call to Detroit, and I see what's up with them. It's a nice, hungry team. I think they're going to compete in the NFC. They definitely can compete in the NFC this year. You add Mike Evans to that. You know what I'm saying? They already brought back Marvin Jones, so, had 2 nice vets on the roster. One, they kind of older in the age. They can kind of play off each other. You got the young guys over there, St. Brown, Jameson Williams.
Yeah.
Quarterback over there, O-line over there.
Now it's hitting media waves.
It's a little more real.
Now it's a little more real. You guys don't want to believe what I say. That's cool. It's just like the Dave Montgomery stuff and Malcolm Rodriguez stuff. But now it's out there.
That's not that. The difference with that and kind of the talks is that's just him saying like that would be a great spot.
Yeah.
Like he wasn't like I've heard or that's gonna happen. It's hey, this is a great spot. Which it's still like an unreal thing that a guy like Talib is like, yes, like. That's a spot he needs to go to because Mike Evans probably will see this on social media, and that's going to get implanted in his head. I'm just throwing that out there. But he's not saying it's going to happen, but he's saying, like, if you had to pick a spot out of all of those teams, I don't know if that list came up on there, but when I watched the video earlier, there was about 6 teams that had enough money to bring in Mike Evans and kind of extend him. Now the Lions are in that talks. Like even Kay Adams said that she was like, I just browsed right over the Lions on that list. I didn't even think about that. And he was like, no, like that's a legit spot for him to do that. So
check the chat.
Why? What's going on?
Time for you to do your next read. Tell us all
Booner,
about
do
it.
your next read. Let's go. Detroit Lions insiders, Woodward Sports Lions reporters, Gabrielle D. Phillips, and Matt Broder, and Detroit legend Terry Foster, good friend of mine, love Terry, are sitting at the corner of Woodward and Main Street, bringing you the latest inside information of Detroit Lions. Episodes will be coming out twice a week on Sundays from 8 to 9 a.m. and Tuesdays from 7 to 8 a.m. And it premieres on Tuesday, September 5th, same day that Woodward Nights comes out with Booner and Broder. Make sure you tune in. You are not going to want to miss this show either. That was a nice, quick read there.
Nice.
Thank you. Nice.
Good job.
Bounce back.
I don't think that he has to. I don't think that Keith Talib has to reach that message to Mike Evans via Twitter. They're both professional football players.
Yeah.
They play in the league. Both former. I mean, Mike Evans currently a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, but he could probably just reach out to him. Here's a little trick to the trade though. Sometimes that information is leaked to certain people like Aqib Talib, or Mike Evans may have been the one to slip that to Aqib Talib. To get it going.
I'm considering the Detroit Lions.
Right? I mean, that's how things go. I mean, remember when Shannon Sharp called, I forget who, Devontae Adams, I think it was, like live on air? Like, conversations are happening.
Yes.
I'm not saying that because this one feels outlandish. I'm not going to lie to you guys. Like, that's why when I very first saw the initial report, it wasn't for me. I just kind of had to confirm it through my guy. I was like, whoa. Like, Mike Evans to Detroit doesn't even sound like a real. It's almost like too good to be true, you know?
Yeah, and like even that tweet, that report, like I personally, I don't want to get my hopes up because if it, a week ago I got my hopes up thinking that there was actually something and it didn't happen. But like even that tweet there, when you look at the tweet, it just mentions, hey, his contract's up this year. I mean, he just might be gone after the end of the year. He might not even, he might play out in Tampa and leave. It's all kind of speculation at this point. But I'm still perfectly fine with Brad Holmes taking that next step, like Aqib Talib said. And he mentioned it. He was like, all right, if you're right here as a contender, at some point you have to get over that hump there, and this is that hump to get over, because this Detroit Lions team, and I think we have it in the prep later, I won't get into it more, but they're right there to get over that hump to become a legit contender, and there's only one, maybe two position groups that's holding them back, in my opinion. So if Brad Holmes knows, like we all trust him, I would not be surprised at all if he really makes that phone call and says, hey, we'll do this, and let's lock this in now. Reports, though.
That's his own topic. Aside from that, Nick, what do you make of the Aqib Talib? I mean, I don't even know what to call. I mean, just making the rumor a
suggestion.
Suggestion. I don't know. I know that Kay Adams gets the people talking, and I think this was a big headline clip. I think this was a big headline clip. But we did see the rumors earlier, so it just kind of went with the rumors. And she was talking to Calvin Johnson earlier in the day or the week as well. So I think they were kind of just riding the Lions hype as well with it. But I would love Mike Evans on that end.
Yeah. Listen, we're going to talk about it when we get back. Because now that it's in the air, from sources outside of Woodward Sports. Names that are more nationally recognized, like Kay Adams and Aqib Talib. Again, not rumored, just more of a suggestion by Aqib Talib. I want to know, do you think it's something the Detroit Lions should do? You think Mike Evans takes you to that next level as a contender, but not before Chris tells us about SMA?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Listen, these Lions fans are going to be sick if they do not get Mike Evans. And we got the answer right here, and that is SMA, the sports marketing agency. It helps spread awareness about mental health and substance abuse. Their podcast called This is the S Word helps fight stigma about seeking help. If you or someone else you know is struggling, head to thesportsma.com for more information.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Come hang with the Woodward Sports crew all throughout football season on Saturdays and Sundays. Join our college football and Detroit Lions live watch parties.
Inside the 5, caught, end zone, touchdown Detroit Lions!
With money on the line. Featuring different special guests and surprises. Start times will vary depending on the game. Only on our Woodward Sports YouTube channel.
Wondering where the best Lions tailgate is? That's easy. It's Eastern Market. The official Detroit Lions tailgate party at Shed Number 5 in Eastern Market. Woodward Sports will be broadcasting there for every live home game. 3-star Michelin buffet featuring Chef Ermanni, VIP parking, and even tickets if you need them. How do you sign up? It's bullseyeeventgroup.com. And tailgate like a VIP. Again, that's bullseyeeventgroup.com. What up, though? Welcome back to the Woodward Heavyweights live on WoodsportsCom. I'm Easy. Boomo Rax.
Boomo Rax. Maz Jr.
Maz Jr. I'm Maz Jr.
Self-proclaimed.
Self-proclaimed.
He
Maz
calls
Jr.
me his son now.
Calls everybody his son. This is what happens when you're old. You just do those kind of things. You just think he's like, oh, it's okay. He's just old. Hit the like button if you guys haven't already. 5-star review on all podcast platforms. Young Chris in the TD booth. Nicholas Koloff on the 1s and 2s. Before we went to the break, we're kind of talking about the Mike Evans rumors to the Detroit Lions heating back up. And I guess with a little bit more legitimacy this time. But I want to know, is that something you'd want the Detroit Lions to do? Because I look at recent wide receiver trades. And granted, these guys are a little bit younger than Mike Evans. He's 30, coming up on 30 years old, if I'm not mistaken. He might be 30 years old right now. But you had Tyreek Hill, who went for like a first, second, and like 2 fourths. You had Devontae Adams, who went for like 2 firsts, I think it was, in a couple seconds. I could be wrong with that one. DJ Moore went alongside with a couple first-round picks, too. One first-round pick and some more. Overall. Like, the wide receiver trade market, as of late, you're talking round ones. Now, again, Mike Evans, 30 years old now.
Yeah.
What is the trade value of Mike Evans? And does he take the Lions to that next step where it's worth investing that capital in?
Yeah, I don't.
He's got to re-sign him now too.
You do, yeah. I think it's like as soon as you bring him in, there's a deal on the table. But I don't think you have to give up a. I could be wrong. Someone in the chat. I mean, I would love to see people's kind of reactions to what kind of packages you would get. But I don't think you would have to give up a first-round pick for Mike Evans. And I mean, when you're really breaking it down, yes. Bring him to Detroit, and it changes everything on this offense. He's a guy that for 9 straight seasons, he's been in the league 9 years, 1,000+ yards every single year. And we're not asking him to come in and be the number 1 guy here in Detroit. We're asking him to come in and be a guy with Amon-Ra St. Brown. And when Jameson Williams comes back, be a guy with that. Be a guy that can help you win games. Maybe he goes out for another 1,000 and gets 10 straight years of it. But we're not asking you to come in and be our wide receiver number 1. So I don't think any team that a contender would kind of want him to come in and do that. Like you said, he's third. I mean, he's still a little younger, but like, especially on our team, Amon-Ra is going to be the number 1 no matter what. right?
You think if Mike Evans come here, he's still the number one?
No, yes, 100%. I think Amon-Ra's kind of on that up. He's a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL right now. I did have...
Is Mike Evans a top 10 wide receiver?
I had Mike Evans, and I will point that out. Me and Spenmo, this seat right here, everyone sits in this seat. We both had Mike Evans in our top 10 wide receivers when we did a couple months ago. And that's just strictly off of his production and his consistency. And if you get him in here with Amon-Ra St. Brown, you have probably two of the most consistent receivers in the NFL. And you have a guy like Jared Goff who can get the ball to guys. I'm doing this in a heartbeat. Aqib Talib mentioned too that there was a couple reasons, like why does it fit Detroit? Cap space. We need another weapon. We need another wide receiver weapon, and he wants to go to a contender, and it's just a solid quarterback. So like, there's reasons why he would come here. I think if he really sat down and can't get a deal done in Tampa, there's a legit chance you see Mike Evans in the Honolulu Blue. A very, very good chance he's in the Honolulu Blue.
I mean, you kind of laid out the reasons that it would make sense, right? You got one, the contendership for the Detroit Lions. If Mike Evans wants to go and win, you have a respectable quarterback. Some people have him rated a little bit higher than me, but nonetheless, at the end of the day, Jared Goff is a good quarterback, and I damn sure would guarantee he's better than Baker Mayfield. And then you have the other part of it too. The Detroit Lions do have the cap space, but the question is now though is like, do you want them to spend that cap space on top of like the initial investment? Can I tell you per source what I don't want to get this specific actually, but
you don't want to give up your sources.
I don't want to give them a source. I just don't know like how true this is. But I mean, it was 3rd and 7 was what like allegedly what the Lions were willing to give up, and the Bucs didn't want nothing to do with that. Obviously, look at the wide receiver trades lately. Although it just turned 30, I think you still probably get a second round and something else out of them too. Also, we put the phone number, the Woodward Sports phone number in the sports chat too, if you guys want to call and give your opinion on this too. But I guess I haven't answered this question for myself. Is like, is it truly worth it? Does he make that much of a difference for the Detroit Lions this year? I think so.
This is.
I think you get an actual like a red zone target, an elite red zone target for Jared Goff. You get the 9 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons. Like, I know that odds are kind of against that continuing on because that's insane. That's absurd. I mean, that's great. That's why Mike Evans is probably like a top 10 wide receiver. Is a top 10 wide receiver.
Yeah.
But I think you'd be asking him to do a lot less, be on the same field as Amon-Ra St. Brown. I think he's also willing to take the less targets because he also played alongside Antonio Brown and Chris Godwin. Like, he's used to like sharing the wealth, sharing 100%. The love a little bit too. But I think as just a red zone source, he'd be great. I know at times I said, like, I don't know if Jared Goff is like the specific skill set you want to pair with Mike Evans because he's more of like a go up and climb up and grab it. But
he's a solid quarterback
beast,
that can get
he's
the ball
a beast
to
no
him.
matter what.
Yes.
It doesn't matter who's throwing to him. He's also, if you have the graphic you want to throw up there, Chris, the 9 consecutive 1,000-yard seasons, it was just Tom Brady. Tom Brady wasn't there for 9 years. You had Jameson Winston there. You had Fitzmagic there for a minute. And he's produced with every single one of those quarterbacks. So who am I or anybody to say that Jared Goff isn't going to get that same out of him, if not more? I think here specifically, probably not as many yards, a lot more like red zone situations. But before I go to you, Chris has a hand up for a minute.
Yeah, for me, I just like there's two schools of thinking. And you got into one of them is now the Lions have cap space before they have to extend Penei, Amon-Ra, all of that. Like this is kind of a good window for them to make an all-out move like this, and I think he would be a good pairing for everything that Easy pointed out, especially with the red zone. I think that's the most important contribution he'd bring. Is not necessarily third downs. It'd be more so red zone. I think would be his biggest contribution to this team. But the thing I struggle with is look at the history of the last few drafts. Like, teams have gone wide receiver in the first round, and teams have found wide receivers all throughout the draft, not necessarily even the first round, but wide receivers have kind of hit the ground running since they've come in this league the last few years. And so why go for a guy like Mike Evans when you can get somebody in the draft that can hit the ground running? He might not be Mike Evans, but you can pay him on that rookie scale contract, and on top of that, lock him up for multiple years and is younger. That's where I'm torn. But then again, the counter to that would be, do you want to spend a first-round pick on a wide receiver? Because if you trade for Mike Evans, you're giving up a second and something else. But now you don't have to spend a first on a wide receiver, because I truly think that the Lions next year's draft, I know we're far away from that, but they have to address the wide receiver room in the first round or two.
Can I real quick respond to Chris? Because there's two things. I don't think you necessarily have to spend the first round pick on Mike Evans. And I truly don't know where I feel. I agree that Mike Evans would take you to the next level. But at the same time, I mean, I forgot what I was going to say.
Can I break this down? Can I break this down real quick to you guys and kind of respond to a question I have too?
Oh, real quick.
All right,
I know what it was.
crazy.
Hey, what's your name?
I think the reason why you look at doing it now, and again, this is like my perspective of it, because I'm not Brad Holmes. I don't know the actual long-term plans of this franchise when it comes to the quarterback position and Jared Goff. That's a hot topic they discussed about a little bit briefly today too. But if you're truly just trying to squeeze it all in now while you have Goff on a contract, that's another reason why you make the trade this year too. Like if you think this is the closest you'll have to like a complete team, then you want to grab Evans and take you over the top and go fuck them picks and just try to win the Super Bowl. But what were you going to say, Booner?
So basically my point is too, and it kind of comes back to what Brad Holmes said today in the press conference is when you really break down the situation with the Detroit Lions are in right now, I bet you everyone in the chat in here is saying this year and next year are the years that Detroit takes that step to go either win a Super Bowl, go compete, go win the North, right? Now, easy. What's the number one thing? If you look at Brad Holmes, even said it today. You look at the defense; they addressed the defense a ton today. They addressed the secondary. They went out and got guys, and they said there was guys that like Tracy Walker who came back off injury, and he was back to where he was before. And so he was like, we've got a ton of depth now from that. Linebackers. They have 5 or 6 linebackers now that they feel like they have a ton of depth. Defensive line, a ton of depth. What's the one thing on offense, easy? In all of the Detroit team, the whole Lions team, that there's not depth in. Like legit depth. That you can confidently say that's one of the like deepest rooms in the NFL. Probably wide receiver is number one, right? Mm-hmm. Why not add to that? Why not? This is the exact point that I was telling you with the Keep to Leave when he said on the show. When you're Brad Holmes and you're right here, you're about to hit that spot to become a contender. Why not get over that hump and hit that? Like, why wouldn't you not want to do that? If you're a legit GM, if you're a legit team, if you want to be like the Kansas City Chiefs or all these different teams, go make that. That's what these Super Bowl teams do, is they do that. The Bills went and got Stephon Diggs. These teams go out and get those guys. So when you have a chance to kind of take that last position group and add the depth to it, where you have Jameson Williams, Mike Evans, and Amon-Ra St. Brown, and then you have a Josh Reynolds and Khalif Raymond, I don't care who's taking targets from who. You still have elite players.
No, I don't think it's a good target. I think the conversation then moves like, what do you want to give up? Before we get to that conversation, tell us about the love of college football.
The love of college football. College pregame show. Woodward Sports, love of college football. Do you love college football? Well, Woodward Sports loves college football. That's why we're bringing to you the Woodward Sports for the love of college football pregame show, the latest Woodward Sports show to tune. And make sure you tune into the YouTube channel. Spencer Rackster, Flannel Sam, Easy, and many more to get you ready for college football kickoff, premiering live tomorrow, Saturday morning, 8:30 to 10 a.m. And then following that at 10:45, we got the Woodward Bets. And then that is all going to be on the Woodward Sports YouTube channel, the love of college football. I believe tomorrow's Flannel Sam will be on tomorrow.
Shout out. All right. We have a couple callers in hold, and I promise you guys we're going to get to you, but we have to go to break briefly. So before we do that, let's continue this conversation just a little bit. And JB, if you want, you can weigh on this one too. What is the trade value of Mike Evans? If we're all in agreement that he helps this team and takes his team to another level of contendership, what are you willing to give up for that?
Oof.
Go ahead, Chris.
Okay, for me, I'm going like at best a second and a fifth. Like at the absolute most. I'm not going first, and I'm not going to anything high. I'm not going a fourth as my second pick either. So I'm doing a second and fifth. That's the absolute best I could do.
JB?
I give you a third and a fourth. Just because one of his age right now, I know he's like 30 years old, but still, he's a still serviceable wide receiver. I don't know if a trade is really actually going to happen, or they're just going to let him play out his last year on his contract and then just take him from there. But I'll be willing to give at least a third and a fourth for him. Like, I'm not going as far as a second, but yeah, I think a third and a fourth is fair.
What about like the Vikings package? What they gave us for TJ Hawk? Would you do that for like a third and a conditional fourth or something like that? I mean, I feel like he's going to go for way more than that.
I would. Yeah. I mean, I'm the Buccaneers would.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as I defend TJ Hawkinson on the network, he's not nowhere near the production of Mike Evans.
At the end of the day, too, I mean, I find it very hard to believe actually that the Bucs would be like, yeah, let's just move on from Mike Evans. Like,
well, I mean, why wouldn't you? If you're going to lose him either way, you can't afford to re-sign him. You can't even afford to franchise tag him. Like you're just going to lose him for
find
nothing.
it hard to. It's just one of those.
I mean, they're kind of tanking this year. I mean, you go and you didn't draft a quarterback. You went and signed Baker Mayfield. I think it's more than likely he gets traded. And I don't know how realistic that is when it comes to like the Detroit Lions, but there's no doubt in my mind that Mike Evans gets moved at some point this year. And if you are the Buccaneers and you want to get your max value out of that, you don't want him to get hurt during the season.
That's true.
You want to do this before he actually gets on the field. And
that's a very good point.
I don't. You don't want that to happen. I just don't know how realistic it comes to Detroit Lions. We're gonna go to break. When we get back, we got a couple callers on hold. We're gonna get to JB. Who we got? What names we got? I'm curious.
So we got Deontay, Brian, and Jeff all waiting on hold for you.
Let's go with Jeff, or is it gonna
not
Jeff Iafredi?
Not
Hollywood?
Jeff Iafredi. I think he's a little bit too busy for us today. So.
Man, makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense.
All right, guys.
Tell us
I gotta tell you about Planet Fitness. It's a home of the judgment-free zone where anyone can mean anyone. What does that even mean? At Planet Fitness, you'll experience squeaky clean gym that has tons of equipment, a full body workout in just 30 minutes, and a 30-minute circuit. All memberships include fitness training. For more information, join today at your local Planet Fitness at www.planetfitness.com. No matter where you are, there's a Planet Fitness close by. There are more than 50 in the Metro Detroit area and thousands more throughout the world.
Hey, this is Mr. Kearney, Chief Academic Officer, Academy of Warren. I want to welcome you to the brand new field house. The state-of-the-art facility has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, soccer field. It can be used for 7-on-7 football. Our K-8 academic features AM, PM, latchkey, small classroom sizes, learning street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, Holton Mifflin curriculum, academic games, K-8 athletics, and more. Enroll today at academywarren.net.
Have you ever argued with your little brother? How about some random guy you're stuck in a room with for an hour? Flannel Sam and Spencer Raxter are at each other's throats. One Spartan alumni and one Walmart Wolverine are locked in a room with nowhere to hide. You're welcome. Whether it's go blue or go green, you can go to woodwardsports.com for all the action. Coming soon to a device near you.
Big Boy Strawberry Fest has officially arrived, and we're here to show you the very best flavors of the season. Satisfy your sweet tooth with our deep-fried vanilla Oreos, strawberry hot fudge cake, and a slice of our classic strawberry pie. But that's not all. Cool off on a refreshing summer splash salad, or savor the flavors of our chicken Caesar wrap and strawberry bacon chicken wrap. And for breakfast lovers, don't miss out on our strawberry hotcakes or our mouth-watering red velvet waffle. Strawberry Fest is something for everyone. Celebrate the sweet season with us at Big Boy.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
How would you like to see famous athletes like Jim Harbaugh, Darren McCarty, and Braylon Edwards play golf with average Joes? Thanks to Randy Wise Automotive and Woodward Sports, you'll be able to do just that. It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour. Make the wise choice and pay attention to Woodward Sports for more information soon. What up, though? Welcome back to the World Heavyweights Live at WoodWardSports.com. Be a friend, tell a friend, share the stream, hit the like button. 5-star review on our podcast platforms, WoodWardSports.com, WoodWardSports.com. Easy. Booner, Chris, JB. I rushed through that one because we've had a couple of callers on hold for a while, and I want to get to them, and I want to hear their opinions. I'm bringing Mike Evans to the Detroit Lions.
Love it.
All right, I got you here. So I will send you guys Deontay first.
What up, though, Deontay? Thanks for calling in, man.
What's going on? My brothers. How y'all feeling today?
What's up, Deontay?
Not much, man. I know as far as the trade goes, yeah, he's like a good piece to have on our team. Only thing is, I'll do it as long as we don't give up too much. Like a first round pick, that's a no.
Yeah.
I don't care. No. Second, honestly, to me, second too much too. Especially he already 30 years old. He basically my age, and then it's like basically gonna have what 1 year rental.
Yeah, 30's old.
And boy, he gonna want the bag. Basically, you gonna want the bag. This is basically gonna be his last contract, right? You already know. Well, we already got resigned them Panay and about live next year, so it's like ain't no way that's gonna happen.
Yeah.
The most I'll probably trade to give him for 1 year is basically a third. That's probably the most I'm willing to give up, honestly.
Yeah, I guess too. Like, let me ask you this, Deontay. Do you look, if he came here, would you look at him as a wide receiver 1 or wide receiver 2 next to Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Honestly, I'll probably make him a 2.
Yeah, because I'm curious too, because like you bring him here, and it is fair. Thank you for calling in, Deontay. Appreciate you, man.
No, not a problem.
When you do bring him in, you also have to re-sign him. And I'm thinking like right now you're looking at like $26 million. Is that too much for a wide receiver 2? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because he does want. He is going to want some money. That's kind of the issue that's going on probably in Tampa.
Yeah,
is he's like, I want this much, and he can't get that. I do kind of, now I'm thinking about it, and with Deontay kind of talking about like what would you give up? Do you have to resign? At the end of the day, I mean, we do know who is making these deals and who's negotiating, and that's Brad Holmes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's someone who's not. He's not going to get ran off the table, and like he's not going to get. Ran in circles here from other GMs and Mike Evans' agent. Like that's a fact. We already know.
To be honest, though, I don't think we've seen Brad Holmes in a situation with a player of this caliber in a contract negotiation.
But we've not contract negotiations, but trades. Mm-hmm. So he knows what the value that he needs to give up, and that's the first step of it. Is hey, what do you need to give up? So that's kind of what I'm looking at. Is I know Brad Holmes is going to go to Tampa and just get absolutely fleeced by the Bucs, and obviously the Bucs are going to try and get a lot from him because it's Mike Evans. But Brad, like that's where I do have a little bit of faith that Brad Holmes is going to still make sure that he's getting the value out of it. And then we can get to that contract negotiation when it gets to it. Because Brad Holmes has only been here for 2 or 3 years. We haven't seen him do that at all. So that's the kind of interesting part on it is what will happen with the contract negotiations if that does happen.
JB, who else we have in line real quick?
All right, let me send you Brian here for you guys.
What up, though, Brian? You still there? I appreciate you being patient, man. Oh, I think we lost Brian. Oh, we got you. Brian. What up, Brian? Is this Brian? I can't hear you.
Can you hear me?
Oh, now yes. I hear you. What's going on, man?
All right, what up? I don't know, man. Mike Evans, I don't think he's going to be very happy when he comes to Detroit. I mean, I always thought that he was one of them guys that had to have the ball all the time.
Yeah, I mean, thanks for calling, Brian. The argument to that is that he's been on a team with Antonio Brown, who loves
multiple weapons.
Yeah, he's a target merchant.
Yeah.
He's been on the same team as Chris Godwin. I don't
Gronk.
know which. Yeah, Gronk. Like he's had to share the ball, so I don't think that would necessarily be an issue. But
other than that, I mean, I can't see how it wouldn't help us. That's for sure. I mean, shit, even if once Jameson comes back, it's not like he's going to be right in tune, I'm sure, on game, start of week 7? Yeah, Jameson's not going to be, I don't think, ready right away.
Yeah. I think that gives.
It's going to take him a game or two.
That's crazy. That's actually a piece of this equation I haven't even factored in yet. Like, I think that actually be super beneficial to Jameson
to learn from a guy like Mike Evans.
Well, not even just learn, just like having him on the field. Like you have to account for Mike Evans.
That's
you have
true.
to account for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Like,
definitely.
All due respect to J-Mo, he would be. The third guy, but he's gonna burn if you're gonna put your third worst guy on him.
It opens up a ton. It opens up a ton more. It did that for Chris Godwin. It did that for Gronk. It did that for all those players in Tampa. Look at the weapons in Cincinnati. Look at the weapons at one point in Kansas City. Like, I don't get the argument if anyone has the argument to where they put, hey, it's too many weapons.
Appreciate calling in, Brian.
Yeah, thank you, Brian. Appreciate it.
Hey, before we hang up, Booner.
What's up,
What
Brian?
do you think about that Jack Campbell leading all tackles plus 12,000?
Jack Campbell leading the Detroit Lions in tackles or the NFL?
Leading the league.
No, don't do it.
No, yeah, I don't know if I would do that.
Doing it.
A lot of value. There's a lot. The odds are long, but as a rookie, I don't know.
Hey, if they go to the Super Bowl, he's got to do something.
That's true.
Appreciate you calling in, Brian. I got to tell you guys
Appreciate
about Outdoor Equipment Company. Calling all landscapers. How would you like to landscape like a legend? Register for your chance for 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty to work with your crew for a day. That's right, Darren McCarty on your zero turn, weed whipping, and edging your favorite clients. Sign up today at OutdoorEquipmentCo.com. That's OutdoorEquipmentCo.com. Yeah, I'm not. That's like one negative I'm not going to buy into is the target situation.
Yeah, I mean, every team. I mean, all great teams have a ton of targets. That's not to me. That's not like an issue.
I think though, like
the Miami Heat.
Actually, let me get to one last caller too. This one's Jeff, right?
Yeah. So we actually have 2 callers on here, but yeah, I'll send you Jeff right now.
Let's get it. What up, Jeff?
What's up, Easy? How are you, buddy?
What's going on, man?
Not a lot. Hey, so yeah, you can't. It don't matter. Targets don't matter. These guys want to win rings, and you're as an old guy. We're in a prime position right now. Like you guys said it. There's about a 3-year window for us to get this monkey off our back, win some playoff games, and make it to a Super Bowl. So you don't worry about draft picks right now. You give away a 2nd and a 4th or a 2nd and a 5th, and you get that weapon, and you go for it now. You go for it now. And I will tell you, living through the 80s, living through the 90s, there were times the Lions were one player away, and they never made that move. They never pulled the trigger and made that move. And it was when we had Billy Sims in the 80s and in the 90s when we had Barrett. We were always one player away, but we never made that move. Right now, you make the move. You make the move. We got all the pieces. We got to make the move, though. So Mike Evans is great. If you can find another wide receiver, I don't know who else is really out there. So for me, Mike Evans is the guy you go get.
Dr. D, you
That's a
sold
fair
me.
point.
Just sold me. Like we say this all the time. When have we ever seen the Lions this close?
Yeah.
In my lifetime, for sure, this close to doing something. When have we ever spoken so highly and confidently about the Detroit Lions? Like, yeah, when I was younger and before I knew any better, the Lions here. But after I've aged, after I've been a season ticket holder, after I've been hurt, scorned by this team, this is the first time I've ever been able to say, like, they're the 4th best odds to win the NFC. If as a Lions fan, selfishly, yeah, do it. And to be honest with you, like a second, we have the 2 third-round picks, ours, and then we have the Vikings too. I think you can afford to salvage a 2nd rounder and a 7th or something to get her done.
Yeah, I mean, Aqib Talib literally said it in the interview, and he's been on teams like this where you're one player away.
Yeah.
To hit you're at the peak, and you're one player away from hitting it down and becoming a contender and actually winning a Super Bowl. And just like Jeff just said, that's exactly what is happening right now. Is you're that one piece away. Because the only thing that we talk about on this Detroit Lions team with the depth is what happens, knock on wood, if there is an injury in receiver.
Yeah.
With Jameson Williams out, you all right? We're relying on Amon-Ra St. Brown, Khalif Raymond, and Josh Reynolds, and then Marvin. So, like, what happens if that does happen? Your whole offense changes. Yeah, you do still have some weapons, but if you still have a Mike Evans just in case, you have these guys just in case. Josh Reynolds turns into that wide receiver 4 or 5 guy. It is a completely different game there. It's like I keep going back to this Bengals example. They have 3 or 4 dudes out there.
Yeah,
and they have that depth.
You know that with Jared Goff too. He needs talent around him to be the top 10 quarterback you believe in to be. And shout out to Jeff for calling in, Chris.
Yeah. I find this all hard to believe because not saying that there's going to be a day I think when Brad Holmes makes this move, but this is everything Brad Holmes hasn't done in his regime so far. He has never traded for a player in a contract year, and then on top of that, paid to extend him. Like, those are the 2 things Brad Holmes has not done, is commit a heavy extension and also trade for a player in a contract year. He's done the opposite. In fact, we saw this summer with Okudah and with Swift. If you're in a contract year and you think that there's not a real long-term fit, we're moving you on for whatever value we can get, even if it's marginal. So for me, I know there's going to be a day when Brad Holmes makes his move. I'm just going to have to wait to see it to believe it. But everything he's done so far has been the exact opposite of this move.
Yeah, 1,000%. And we do have to go to a quick break. We do have a couple more callers on the line. Go ahead, JB.
I was going to say we have one more caller on the line.
Can you wait or no?
Yeah, I'm sure he could. Yeah.
Is it all right? Is it a good one or what?
I don't know. It might be.
Oh. I'm interested.
We'll save it for after the break.
All right.
I'm interested.
Right. We'll do one more break. Chris, what am I doing right now?
We're doing Guardian.
Guardian alarm?
Yes, sir. That's JB.
Go ahead, JB. Do your thing,
Jay
JB.
Bussy.
Do your thing.
I got you. All right, customized solutions from real experts.
Protect
They're
that Jay
professional.
Bussy.
Their professional technicians take the time to recommend security and automation specific to your needs. With 24/7 professional monitoring, you can call at any time, day or night, and know that a Guardian teamer will stay on the phone with you as long as needed. Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserve technology that's been proven to work by people who are proven to care. So call this number right here, 1-800.
Stay out.
One more time, that's 1-800.
Stay out.
And let them know Woodward Sports sent you.
Any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically enter for your chance to win not one, but 2 vehicles of your choice, courtesy of Les Stanford Buick GMC of Ferndale. That's right, 2 cars, one for you, one for your wife, your girlfriend, or your best bud. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime, sign in, sit down, watch your favorite team play, and before you know it, your hair will be game ready. Let one of our talented, award-winning stylists make you look handsome and clean. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, it's wicked awesome.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports. Woodward and Main Street. The Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
It's the Randy Wise Celebrity Golf Tour.
You're a good coach, Tim. Oh, great shot.
Some of the biggest names in Michigan sports, and some, well, not so much.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, shit. Go in.
Watch episodes at woodwardsports.com.
The glorious Detroit Lions pre-roll looks fire. And in fact, I know it is because we supply it at Dispo Dispensaries. Experience the true meaning of exceptional cannabis products with Dispo Dispensary. With over 12 locations, including a new location in Whitmore Lake, Dispo is never far away. That's why they call it your local cannabis plug. Join myself, Spinny, Braylon Edwards, Ryan Ermanni, September 15th at the Whitmore Lake location at 50 North Territorial Road, Whitmore Lake, Michigan. Dispo Dispensary, DispoShops.com, your local cannabis plug. What up, welcome back to World Heavyweights Live on WorldSports.com. I'm Easy Spin. Morex is gone. We have Boone Morex.
Boone Morex. Maz Jr.
Maz Jr., if you will. Young Chris, JB Smooth, and our next caller.
Oh, here we go.
Our next caller is Cedric for you guys.
Cedric. All right.
What up, Cedric?
What's going on, guys? What up? I'm out. We out here in Houston, Texas. I call in every now and then. Appreciate y'all being on. My take on the Mike Evans piece, man. I think this is the year that Brad Holmes surprises everybody and goes ahead and make a move. I think a lot of times we forget, Brad Holmes comes from that regime, when he was over with the Rams, they were accustomed to making big moves, when it was necessary and time to win. And I think when we look and see what Brad Holmes has been doing since he's been here, he's actually been setting us up and putting us in a position to have the money to make a big move or whatnot. And so now we're in a position to make a move like that. And then I think, like y'all said earlier, man, if he gets to the table, if we get that far, we get to the table, Brad's not getting ran off the table. He's not going to do no outrageous deal. But if you look at the press conferences that's happening between him, Dan Campbell, like they're ready to win right now. I mean, the team's set up to win, and all we're really, really missing is that big body receiver like a Mike Evans that can go up and get the rock, no matter if he got a man on him or anything like that.
And that's
but
what
the thing I love about bringing him
last year,
You're exactly right. And the thing I love about bringing a person like Mike Evans is he's a vet and he's a professional, so he knows what to do. Yes, to position himself to gel with Jared Goff real quick because he knows what to do versus a veteran or somebody that's not proven. You got to have time to build that chemistry. Mike Evans knows what to do to build that chemistry. So that's why I think we go ahead and make the move, man, because it's time to win. Because next year, Ben going to be gone next year. So more than likely, Ben's going to be gone. We hope he's still here, but if they have the kind of season we thinking they haven't, Ben ain't going to be here next year.
Good point. And maybe he stays if you win yourself a Super Bowl, too.
Yeah, and that's
maybe he stays, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Cedric,
the point.
appreciate calling in, brother.
Yeah,
That's a
thank you,
good point.
Cedric. Appreciate you. That's the thing too that Chris said is like we haven't seen Brad Holmes make that yet. But the kind of at the end of the day, Brad Holmes and this regime has not been in this position to where they're at the chance to kind of win the NFC North, make that Super Bowl jump, that contending jump. And I think we're going to find out if he does make this move. You're going to know right away what Brad Holmes is about. Is he about going to, does he know that we need to go win and it's time? Just like Cedric said, like it's win or go home at this point. The expectations are win the NFC North and win the NFC and go to the NFC Championship. That's the expectations that the whole country has right now about the Lions. This is that last move. Like you're a wide receiver, you're one weapon away on offense from having an elite offense, and to win a Super Bowl, you have to have an elite offense. So, I'm with Cedric on that. I think it's time for Brad Holmes to make the move.
Yeah, that's a good point. And you know what else is good, and that is Glorious Cannabis. Now let me cue that up there. There we go. Just in time for football, Glorious Cannabis is dropping a new ice water bubble hash infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good. It's like the whiff on the first playoff win in 31 years good. It's a gassy, aggressive strain named in the honor of Detroit football. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you are missing out. They are so smooth. Find them at Dispo Dispensary for 25% off. You can also see them at gloriouscanna.com.
My bad, JB. I was trying to tell you I couldn't see you behind the computer screen when you were doing your hand signal there.
Oh, my bad. My fault.
We got any more callers?
I was going to say we have one more caller. I can send them just straight to you guys if you want.
Yeah, let's get out the way.
All right, boom.
What up, though? Who do we have? Who's his name?
I don't know. I just sent it straight to you guys. So.
Hey, you there? International man of mystery. All right. I did my is your mic on? I did my infamous Venn diagram. I started one. I don't know, maybe you unplugged it or something, Booner. I don't know.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think you unplugged it, Booner.
You big dope. But I did my infamous Venn diagram. I actually started one because I'm kind of conflicted. Initially, when the Mike Evans stuff began, I was kind of leaning towards no. I mean, the guy's 30 years old. You got to pay him. He wants big money. You have to pay him, and I'm thinking that what you're looking at is around $26 million. Because I know that Tyreek Hill's he's got $30 million, but it's really a bloated back end of the contract that brings the average to that. It's not a true $30 million. I mean, you know how these contracts are. They're all backloaded. But you're looking at that amount of money. That's kind of a negative. But the Detroit Lions have it. We got to re-sign Amon-Ra St. Brown next year. The Penei Sewell stuff I'm not concerned about because you have a fifth-year option with him because he's a first-round pick. I'm trying to think who else is coming up on a contract. Only McNeil, possibly. I don't see him claiming big money, but for the odds of winning, for your chances of just competing for actual championship, per Venn diagram.
I have confirmed sources. I'm looking at Easy's notebook right now. That man just drew a Venn diagram like we're in 5th grade again.
I have way more positives than I do negatives. I mean, you get your true X and Mike Evans, a big body guy in the red zone to make catches over double teams and all that and more. You have on top of that, the one that I guess convinced me the most was Jamison Williams. Because once he comes back, you're not going to be able. You're going to put your third best guy on, and he's going to burn him. You can't put your third best guy on Amon-Ra or Mike Evans. You have a great offensive line to give Jared Goff time to get the ball to these guys.
You would get killed
if you really want to compete. I think you make the move.
I know. I hate that I'm getting talked into this, but the more we go on, the more I'm just like, you know what, do it. Although I don't know. Do you guys honestly think, realistically though, for an all-in move, it fits because we really need a wide receiver and Mike Evans fits that role? But realistically, projecting forward, do you see another receiver of Mike Evans' caliber coming on the market for Detroit in the next year?
That's a great question. I'd actually have to do some homework on that one.
That is a huge question.
I have to look at the free agents for next year, which again, if you're looking at a free agent, you're competing with other teams, meaning probably even more money or probably just the same. I mean, Mike Evans is up there. That's a good question. But again, I don't know are you looking towards next year? Because you got the whole Jared Goff contract, Jonah Jackson contract. If it feels like
I think it would be naive or stupid not to look ahead to the next year, especially like a guy like Brad Holmes. He's already probably focused on what he's going to do or next moves he's going to make next year, where he's going to get the money from, who he's thinking about cutting. I just honestly think that his mindset is always a year ahead, or the next year, even though the season is starting right now. And I think Mike Evans is a good wide receiver to have, but if you trade for him, he's going to want a contract extension. So he's going to want that, as Booner, you said, what, $20 million? You think around somewhere in that area? But is he going to play like a $20 million receiver? Now, I know he hasn't had anything less than 1,000-yard season, but if I'm Brad Holmes right now, I'm letting this play out this season to see if he can still be that same guy. If he wants to sit here and make that $20 million, then sit here and give me 2,000 yards. Give me that 80 receptions. Give me that 12 touchdowns that you previously had a couple years ago.
Yeah, and we don't really know, too. They're obviously today in the press conference, Brad did mention that there are still conversations with Jared Goff's agent. And
that's
they're
part of it, too.
They're looking at that. So he does know, and that's something that we have no clue what's going on the back end. Like, we talk about it all the time. Like, is Jared Goff going to get $50 million? Is he going to get $40 million? How much is he going to kind of take from this cap space? And when you break it down, I think all of it comes down to that is, are some of these guys willing to maybe take a little bit less so you can add a guy like Mike Evans? Because at the end of the day, we've had this conversation about Jared Goff with the $50 million. As if he takes $50 million, you're probably going to have to watch a couple other guys walk, or maybe one other star walk. If you bring in Mike Evans, it's probably a similar situation unless you already are in these conversations and know the price that you can get your current guys at. Because that is all, like you said, easy.
Mm-hmm.
The next year or two, you're going to have to start extending some guys. Penei Sewell, Jared Goff. There's going to be extensions. So if you're willing to put that money into a Mike Evans, I think it comes down to the money. I'm doing it, but it comes down to the money.
I mean, you can gamble a little bit. You can do. This is not even necessarily going like balls deep, kind of like the Rams did, but it's like F them picks, because like you're not looking at first rounders you're giving up for Mike Evans, in my respective opinion. I think you're looking at seconds or thirds alongside something else. I think another thing you look at too is like, I'm looking at the OTC right now. You got Big V coming off the books, Charles Harris coming off the books, Romeo Carr coming off the books, which he already kind of restructured his contract, so that's here or there. I don't know what the situation will be with Emmanuel Mosley moving forward, but I mean, I think the money's going to be there. I think the gamble you're making is like, I hate to say it to my Jared Goff guys, and I do want to apologize to him at some point during the show too, because the Trey Lance rumors ended up not being true.
Yeah, that's tough too, because I helped run the social, and we even put that. It was like an ESPN reporter that put it out.
It was,
I don't understand
Diana Rossini. But what I was going to say is, like, you can gamble. You could bring Mike Evans on. You could give Mike Evans the type of contract he's looking for. Because I'll tell you what, Booner, and this is one of the reasons I stress it out, I'm not being like a dickhead here. If Hendon Hooker looks like a guy, and you have to move on for Jared Goff, then that Mike Evans contract fits nicely alongside everything else you're doing, because he's on a rookie deal. Yep. And not just any old regular like rookie deal, a first-round pick deal. No, he's on a third-round pick deal, which is even cheaper.
Yep.
You want to talk about, if you're a Neil Rule and you like the cat space, you like to play the cat space game. That's allow you to have an elite team. Amon-Ra St. Brown, Mike Evans. Matter of fact, I'm doing it. I'm doing it.
Make the call.
I already told you guys
Pick the
before.
phone up.
I'm not a big believer in Tua Tagovailoa. I think Tua Tagovailoa looked kind of like mid his first couple of years, and then boom. What happens? You get him 2 elite wide receivers. Next thing you know, Tua Tagovailoa is being talked about for like a possible MVP candidate when he has Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. I think Joe Burrow is a good quarterback, but a little bit overrated. You want to know why, Booner? He has 3 elite wide receivers. 2 elite, 1 really, really good. And Tyler Boyd, Jamar Chase, and T. Higgins. If I have a Hendon Hooker and he has those weapons and that offensive line,
thank you.
He's going to make something shake.
Yes.
He's going to make some shit look good. I'll tell you what, Jalen Hurts, before they went and made the trade for Antonio Brown. I'm sorry. A.J. Brown.
A.J. Brown, yeah.
He wasn't an MVP candidate.
Wasn't close.
You bring in Devontae Smith into the equation. You bring A.J. Brown to the equation. And next thing you know, this guy looks like a freaking all-star. And by the way, Hendon Hooker's a little bit mobile too. If I'm Brad Holmes, it's solved. I'm doing this. I'm doing it.
Easy Holmes.
Easy Holmes.
Easy Holmes.
Let's
get you in the front office.
What read I got to do now?
Easy Holmes.
Mark White. Easy Holmes. With buying real estate, Flexibility and control over the sales process is key. Sellers, how would you like the freedom of canceling your listing agreement at any time for any reason with no penalty? That's exactly what Mark White and Associates offer. It's called the Minute-by-Minute Listing Agreement by Mark White and Associates. Try Mark White's risk-free minute-to-minute listing agreement today. Looking to buy or sell real estate? Visit markwhitesales.com or call 248-290-8242. markwhitesales.com, where flexibility meets success.
Are you a diehard college football fan? Well, it's your lucky day. Join special WSN guests like Spencer Raxter, Flannel Sam, and more every Saturday. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Saturdays and tune in live from 8:30 to 10 a.m. Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Booner and Broder.
At the Academy of Warren, they have a brand new state-of-the-art sports dome field house that has a regulation basketball court, volleyball court, and soccer field, which can also be used for 7-on-7 football. At the Academy of Warren, they features kindergarten through 8th grade with AM and PM latchkey, smaller classroom sizes, learning street, futuristic media center, free breakfast and lunch, and so much more. The Academy of Warren is now accepting new enrollment, so go and check them out online today at academyofwarren.net. Now, back to the heavies.
What up, though? Welcome back to Whatever It's Live at WoodSports.com. We have a comment, a super chat from Edric Shelby. I want to get out the way before we jump into any other predictions. He says, if you want to win right now, you make the fucking move. This is what winners do. We're in win now mode right now. And I'm in agreement.
I think that's what we've been kind of going over.
You heard what I had to say before break. 100%.
Yeah, win now mode. Make the move. Get over that hump.
Chris, is one more read I had to get to, you said?
That was it. No, that was it. I just wanted to make sure he got the shine for that super chat.
Shout out.
Well, we have a special guest filling in for Spin More Rex, Boone More Rex. Also the lead host on Woodward Bets.
Yes,
coming
sir.
to you soon.
Tomorrow.
It's only right you give us your picks for this Michigan State game coming up.
I know, and we do have, real quick, the stream right after.
Yes, sir.
7 o'clock, the stream will happen. We'll be streaming for the whole Michigan State Central Michigan game. Make sure you guys head over to that. But I guess we can go around the room here for our best bets for the Michigan State game. My best bet tonight, Central Michigan. I don't care about Michigan State. They haven't showed us anything how good they are. Central Michigan plus 14.5. Move the line 1 point. Just move it 1 point. Spend the money.
Minus 128, I think it was.
128. Spend the money to do it. And Michigan State running back Berger. I text Spenny. I said, give me a pick. What is it?
No, I was gonna. Go for it.
No, I don't know what you said, but
you
Spenny,
had far bets. That was my bet.
Spenny gave me a pick. Berger, the running back from Michigan State, over 42.5 rushing yards. Book both of those. Anyone else have bets?
Actually, if you check it live right now on DraftKings, it's 36.5.
36.
So
that's even better.
Before the show started.
He's gonna have 50 at least tonight.
I don't understand why that's so low.
I don't know.
Is he hurt?
I looked it up. I couldn't find anything.
I don't understand why it would go lower either.
He's a transfer, so I don't think they're projecting him to do that great.
He'll have 50 plus rushing yards tonight, guaranteed.
You heard it here first.
And Michigan State potentially could lose tonight.
We will be live watching the game. Myself, Lucas, Parker, are you going to be there? JB, Chris is going to be going. He's doing his little music podcast. Jesse, are you sticking around? It's your alma mater.
Yeah.
Let's go. All right, bet. Hey, make sure you guys stay tuned for the Michigan State live stream. We're going to be turning up.
Right at 7 o'clock. Make sure you guys switch over to it.
We're wrapping up early, guys. Make sure you stay tuned. Thank you for tuning in. Hit the like button. We're out.
Enjoy your weekend.